We're going to try to bear through all the technical difficulties here today because it seems like I'm not going to have a fun day here. But with that in mind, we're going to have some fun. Once again, I apologize. Once again, I am at another disadvantageous angle here for calling games. But we do get the Leo Johnson angle, which is always fun. And I love seeing action out of Leo Johnson. Just a fun goalie to watch, in my opinion. If you just keep an eye out on him moving between the pipes tonight, you'll notice that he is up to the test in the metal for any game. We talked a lot about in the pregame, of course, Berks' ability to have great first periods. And last night, no exception. 5 goals up on the board against Gettysburg. Tonight, hopefully here, another no exception to it. Just this time, a maintaining of the lead. We're going to send them to center. And the Blue Lions are now ready to deploy their first line. Lentz to center. And we're off in the races. Bloomsburg has won the face-off, but quickly intercepted onto the outside and cleared away. The puck has been. Bloomsburg trying to move that puck out and in stride. Trying to work with the boards there. No dice. Strunk was able to keep it on in thanks to the help of... Sorry, I just got a notification. But Strunk was able to keep it in. Trying to center out front for something. The Blue Lions unable to capitalize on an early chance. They're going to quickly intercept that puck. Strunk. Trying to work it on out now are the Blue Lions. It's stuck in center. Zima attempting to clear. Shot on through. Nice save by Leo Johnson. Leo Johnson able to get on that one. Out by Zima. Shot to the chest protector. No dice. Getting it out now. The Blue Lions attempt an escape down zone. Through neutral ice, they glide. Into the offensive zone. Losing the puck there on the dangle, though. Kept in, though. I think that's Lentz. Lentz lending help to the offense on that one. That one shot off to the corner. Kept on by Zima. And dumped on in. It'll be collected by Bloomsburg. Shot up and gloved out of the air by Kutztown. It's going to go on through. No icing call. This was caught in middle zone. Or sorry. Yes, no icing call. It was caught in the middle zone. Lentz able to collect that up only for a second. Bloomsburg back in possession. Trying to drive down ice. They glide with time and space now as they split the defense. Shot coming in. Oh, it's wide. Leo Johnson was ready in case things went awry. And now Zima is going to link up with, or Strunk's going to link up with Zima. Lentz on the way out. Lentz trying to split the defense. Sorry about the ladder, mate. Shot coming in. Oh, they tried for the cross. Nobody home on that one. They go to the outside. Shot coming in. Trying to work the passing lane. Shot off the pads of Leo Johnson. He got down in time for that one. Zima tried to find line mate Lentz. Shot wide again. It's on the outside of the offensive zone. Sent back on in. Trying for another bid at an offensive drive here. Crossing over. Shot into traffic. Oh! And a backhander gets loose. And Leo Johnson, who has been tested early here, has one slip on by him. Berks is no stranger to not taking the lead. Happened in Kutztown, and the final score of that one was 3-1. Bloomsburg's had too many numbers, and Bloomsburg had too many numbers in the zone and time to work. Tried for another bid. No, off the pads, a little bit too soft. Couldn't quite get control. It was Kepley trying to get a hold of that puck. Across it goes. Whoa! Leo Johnson, once again, simply sensational. And that puck's on its way out. Penn State can get to this one. They might be able to beat him out. Goalie has to play the puck and clear it. On the inside it goes. Icing the call. We will go back to the other side of play here. An offensive zone face-off up and coming for the Blue Lions of Penn State Berks. Leo Johnson was tested early and gave up an early one there, all but about 3 minutes into the game. No matter, this is a Penn State Berks team that is no stranger to such instances. We talk about my first stream with them in Kutztown. 2-on-2 developing. Shot! Nice save by Leo Johnson. Able to get those pads together. Driving down. Working around. The man was Baker. Jimmy Baker. I think he had 5 goals last night in Gettysburg. Out in York. Trying to advance up along the walls. Bloomsburg. No dice for them. Back along go. Shot. Jimmy Baker. Went behind the net. And Baker's peppered on about 2 or 3 of those shots already. Kept on in by Lentz. Not for too long, though. Lentz able to knock the man off and just clear it back in. Jimmy Baker's going to go to retrieve. Jimmy Baker around the boards as he makes the attempt. Shot along. Bloomsburg trying to make a breakout here. No dice. Kyle Lentz in the way. Kyler takes a shot. He had a good play in the Kutztown game to capitalize on the only goal there for the Blue Lions. Lentz, the man up. He's working with Zima and Baker on the forward area. They pulled back since as Bloomsburg tries to advance down zone here. They're coming in hot. Shot! Oh! And it took a deflection and popped right on in. Looks like it went off the body of somebody, and they're up 2-0. And if Leo Johnson wants to survive this game, he's going to need some help from his line mates here. Too many early zone breaks. That slides on through. The Huskies attempting to get control of the puck again. It's the Blue Lions, though, in possession. That's what we like to see here. Kepley tried to get it along. Falls to Emily Phillips. I believe that is for Bloomsburg. That's one of the only names I think I can remember from that team. My God. Either way, for the Blue Lions, it's collected by Strunk. Strunk not able to link up with the man, but Strunk has the puck again. It was errant play for offsides by Bloomsburg. Shot on through. Deflected off to the side. Kepley going to go in for it. Kepley sends it on around. It takes 2 sticks coming together to get that one loose. And driving the net now. Trying a stuff attempt. Can't quite see the number there. Might have been Jimmy Baker, it looked like. Either way, Bloomsburg coming back the other way. Trying to drive the net really quickly. Leo Johnson! And pops it top shelf and high. And that's 3 early ones for the Huskies. And Bloomsburg has to come up with a plan for these breaks. Possibly call a timeout here because we need to solve that as primary issue number 1. If they can solve those breaks, they can work the game. And yes, coach does call the timeout. Leo Johnson getting a talk from the goalie coach, trying to get him back into the game. He had a very nice start to it all, and Coach Rowe trying to get his men back into this game any way he can. They had a nice start advancing to the offensive zone, but too many good breaks leading to on-man rushes and speed offs that Leo Johnson can't really handle under the pressure that he's facing with the amount of shots that he has to face in this game, and he will face a lot of shots. There is no doubt about that. The Blue Lions will come out now, hopefully with renewed vigor. Bloomsburg chips it along the boards, trying to send it on in. Errant as it is, as it'll fall to Strunk. And someone blew out their skates there. That's what happens when you wear faulty equipment, folks. Gotta wear the good skates. Trying to shot. No! Oh, no goal, they say. No goal, they say. Leo Johnson gets away scot-free on that one. He makes the initial save. Had a tricky shot coming into him afterwards, but nonetheless, you guys still credit him for that one. That was beautiful. Sends it back out to the point. Shot coming in. It goes wide. Advancing along the boards now. The Blue Lions are caught in zone. Trying to set something up here. Advancing along the side. They want that fourth goal back. They didn't get it because of a nice post save as well as Leo Johnson's initial catch of the puck. Trying to backhand it on net to get it slotted through. No dice. And Leo Johnson will save that one. Make a nice glove on it. He's got to freeze up, and rightfully so. Seven minutes gone through already. That puck chipped along behind the net. Try to set out for a shot. Nice save by Leo Johnson. Brings the pads together and the mitt down, and it's all saved. Consider playing baseball there, buddy, because, man, he caught that quick. That was Jimmy Baker trying to get a hold of it, trying to set it out in front. Bloomsburg unable to capitalize. It'll be Kepley on the breakout. Kepley chips that puck along. It gets poked out right from under him. Oh! Jimmy Baker. What a sneaky move by that guy. That's probably why he had 5 goals last night. Brill sends it along. Trying to find it. Looked like Baker. Baker and Kepley were working in stride in tandem. Bloomsburg now trying to get out of their zone there. Shot right on a lawn. Entering the zone. Shot! Nice save by Leo Johnson. Another one on top of that puck, and he freezes up. And some good looks early by Leo Johnson, despite the early goals surrendered. And hopefully my internet issues kind of pan themselves out here. I apologize once again. I am on Wi-Fi for this one. That's interesting. Zima trying to get that one into the offensive zone. No dice. That puck up. Gettysburg, the final score of that game was 17-8. But in the first period, they let Penn State Berks put up 5 goals. The final of the first was 7-5. The second period kind of, as you hear the coaches say, was what got away from them. And then the third period, of course, they were able to score a hat trick of goals there. Once again, I said before, Jimmy Baker had a 5-goal night. So a positive step in the direction of the Penn State Berks group, who are only in their first year. Now they're trying to get a goal here, down by 3. Out come the Huskies, or into the zone. They're trying to work north for offense. Kepley. No shot. Baker gives a little bit of a shove to remind Bloomsburg not to take the puck from him. They try to get in zone. Shot incoming. Across. Whoa, Leo Johnson. Way to cover the net. Shot again. Leo Johnson makes a save. Kick out save for him. Trying to center. Through traffic, and oh, it skims off the pads. unfortunate happening there. And Jimmy Baker giving some words and a couple of hands to the jersey. And rightfully so, it's very frustrating here early as they've already gone down 4-0. There's a Penn State Berks team that expects games like these, and they're expecting then to hopefully get a goal or two back here. That would be the ideal for this. Once again, they've shocked opponents in first periods this year as Brill sends it on along. That one sent in behind the net. Leo Johnson forced to play it. No man waiting there. Luckily, they had a blue jersey and wait. Shot. That one goes wide, or that one goes off the pads and wide. Sent along and collected. The Blue Lions trying to clear it out. Nice by Brill to get those feet there for a blocked shot. And a couple of hits getting laid around as they get that puck clear. And there you go, Len. Putting on the engines. This is how he did it at at Kutztown when they got the goal. Put on the engines and able to lay out 75 there quite cleanly. Brill will have to go back and retrieve. Brill in stride, gets the icing call, and an offensive zone face-off upcoming for the Blue Lions. I would presume, or sorry, no, Lentz to the box. Delayed call, I'm assuming then on the hit. Unless I missed something along the way in action. Either way, Strunk to center. Strunk not able to win that one, but Zima quickly on the offense there. Trying to go on the inside, Bloomsburg to the outside. Intercepted by Zima. Zima able to get that one to the outside again. Trying to work back in is Bloomsburg. It's number 11. Shot along, no dice. Shot again, nice save by Leo Johnson. Some block shots here by the Blue Lions. That's what we want to see here. Shot wide of the net, and that's going to be a self-clear. Just what the doctor ordered. The Blue Lions trying to get in the way of this play. Brill keeping 93 to the outside, trying to go out front. No! What a save, a dive by Leo Johnson. He was able to get there. Save! His reflexes are incredible. Shot! Saved by Johnson again. He gets the glove on top of that one. Freezes up. Face-off won by the Blue Lions. Kepley trying to get it out. Kept on in off the hand. Nice. Gloved out of the air by Johnson. Give that man a professional tryout for baseball. Advancing down ice now is Zima. No icing call as they're still killing off this penalty another 30 seconds. Sorry, I forgot to mention the time. I was just so engrossed with Leo Johnson. Next stoppage will get you the benches. Trying to work around here. Nice deke. No dice there. Leo Johnson in the way of that one. Awesome for him. Take that, and that puck is hit out of the air by Bloomsburg player. I think they'll keep this one on the inside though. Looks like Bloomsburg has a bench of about 5 players plus their backup goalie. As for this Berks Blue Lions team, they have 2 or 3. They have 3 on a normal night. Tonight, unfortunately, only operating with 2 as Gavin Pugh is unable to attend tonight's match. Advancing down ice, Jimmy Baker. Baker! Oh, that was the closest chance they've had all game. Brill has the puck, trying to link up. Finds Zima. Zima across to Lentz. That one's just cleared on out, and rightfully a good play by them. The Blue Lions to get that puck away. That's what you want to see here, just some good clearances. Zima again. He'll advance. He's got Jimmy Baker. Instead, finds the outlet for Lentz. Lentz sends it on in. That's a penalty. Whistle blown. And we will see the Blue Lions power play. In my only game where I did get to call the Blue Lions game, they had a short-handed marker. We didn't get to see a power play, unfortunately, from them, but I would love to see one here from this team. Trading numbers here. They're going to get Strunk on. And if they can capitalize quickly here, they might be able to turn this game around. Puck is cleared out, trying to chase down the Bloomsburg player. Oh, we just almost saw an Ovechkin there. What the heck? Shot, Leo Johnson to off the stick. Strunk trying to get on out there. It will be kept in for Brill. Brill to Lentz, the Blue Lions. Lentz from behind the boards attempting to operate. Down ice they go. Shot coming in. It goes wide. Behind the net, it's caught. And sent around the boards. The Blue Lions deploying another man here. They're getting a change on. It'll be Kepley. And a collision along the way. They're not going to call that one. It was not malicious. That hit on Kepley, though. That is certainly questionable, if anything. Strunk. Brill gets that one out quickly. Brill couldn't quite find the man. Strunk trying to knock the man off the puck there. The Blue Lions shot coming in. Saved by Leo Johnson. He gets those pads together and holds on to that one. Hold that puck real tight there, buddy. Nice save there by Leo Johnson. It looks like he's found his groove in the game now, which is a good sign. Should be able to anchor the offense here. That puck is cleared on out. And it'll go down the way. Bloomsburg's going to attempt to escape from the zone. And they're in. Out goes Strunk. Strunk works behind the net, trying to operate out front. Whoa, chaos there. They had the puck, they might be able to do something. And this isn't the movie Slapshot, folks. So I'm not sure what the purpose of that was there, but Lentz able to keep that in. Strunk trying to send it even further on in for his man. They're trying to get this puck deep, and just so far no dice with the possession game. Trying to drive the net here again. Coming across. Oh. And Leo Johnson unable to drive across in time there. I would be interested to see the shot counts here. Face off to come now. Bloomsburg playing the passing game down ice. Jimmy Baker gets in the way of that one. Tries to clear it along. Nicely cleared down and around. Finds way to Kepley. Kepley on through. He loses the puck along the way there. That was interesting to see there. Shot off the chest protector, shot again. And finally, a nice challenger on the goalie. They make them freeze up. A second offensive zone faceoff. Leo Johnson will stretch his legs for a second. Face-off coming. Won by the Huskies. And trying to get it out now. Working down center and quickly into the offensive zone. Shot! Gloved out of the air there by Leo Johnson. Trying to stop the bleeding here is the Blue Lions. It's Lentz. Lentz gets it on out. It's going to be a 2-on-1 going back the other way. Lentz has Zima. Lentz goes in. Shot. The rebound. Shot again. Jimmy Baker. Oh, my Lord. What an incredible shot. What an even better save. 2-on-1 developing. Nice save by Strunk. Whoa, Strunk. Way to get down there, buddy. Brill trying to get a hold of that puck. Couldn't quite do it. Shot off the side of the net there. Brill now trying to get it loose for the Blue Lions and spring his teammates for something potentially. Down to just under 3.5 left to go, 3:15 to be exact. The Huskies in stride, the offensive zone they've entered. Nice by Leo Johnson to read the play and make the save. He was thinking about it there for a second, though. Ref calling them back inside. Won by the Blue Lions. It got caught in traffic. That was Strunk. On its way out is Jimmy Baker. Jimmy Baker with the puck. Trying to spark some offense. Shot. And looking at a offensive zone face-off here, as that's cleared on down. Bloomsburg. They were very similar colors. Now, I was talking hockey here, and I'm like thinking a whole other team. Excuse me. Face-off to come outside for the Huskies there. Drove in a little bit too early. The Blue Lions with a nice attempt here to potentially go down ice and score. And we'd love to see that drive. Nice by Jimmy Baker to change the angle of attack with Kepley. It's on in now. Trying to find Zima. Along the boards, they get stuck. Sends it on the back. Kepley in stride to chase. The Biscuits going to roll on out. From their own defensive zone. Nice to get it out there and get past the skates of a couple of Husky players there. Shot! Pull it out of the air. I believe that was Jimmy Baker. And you're going to expect that from Jimmy Baker all week. Face-off coming. Jimmy Baker couldn't quite win that one, so they'll have to work their way back in. The Blue Lions do. The Huskies get in the way of that bid. Shot coming on in. Leo Johnson with the save, and he's been a disruptor to a couple of great chances here today, and that is exactly what you want to see. Shot! That one off, changing the angle. No dice. Jimmy Baker. And Leo Johnson comes off for the extra attacker. Penalty upcoming, and a quick touch-up on that one. Down ice they go for an offensive zone face-off. Face-off won by the Blue Lions there for a second. I think Bloomsburg was able to swipe it out from under them after they got control there, but kept on in. Remember, this is a power play for the Blue Lions. 13 seconds gone by, and we get the first clearance by the Huskies. The Blue Lions, it'll be Brill to try to work back. Brill to Strunk. Strunk off the stick a little bit too hard there. Doesn't matter, it's Lentz. Lentz on through. Send in Lentz. Shot! Off the pad it goes. Finds its way to Strunk. Chipped on out there. And that's going to spring someone. Brill. Leo Johnson comes out. And pops in the back of the net there. Aaron potentially coming out on that one, but no other option. Face-off won by the Blue Lions. It'll be Strunk who sends it on in and around to Zima, who couldn't quite get there in time. Lentz is trying to bid to get the puck back. Leo Johnson waiting. That's off the post. And out goes Zima. Zima trying to cross to Lentz. Lentz couldn't really put it anywhere. And he couldn't drive with three men around him. Should have taken the puck himself on that one, I think. But Strunk now in possession. That left Kepley open. Kepley just couldn't really keep up, and that'll be the first period. We'll get an ice change here. And we'll see the Blue Lions go on offense a little bit closer for the next period. Don't go anywhere. A 6-0 first for the Huskies here. Not the score I'd like to be reading, unfortunately. But a lot of it plagued on just maybe one or two things, and one of the biggest ones are those breaks. They can't leave Leo Johnson high and dry on 5-on-5 play. And they've only taken one penalty to this point. They played almost a perfect game with the exception of the breakaways. We'll rejoin you, though, in due time, about 10 minutes. Thank you so much. We'll see you then. Hopefully swapping sides means a little bit of an ice tilt for us here. And a little bit more offense. Face-off won by the Huskies, but the Lions there very quick to try to go back and get it. That one's chipped on out. They're trying to kill off what's left of this penalty. It's all 20 seconds. You saw Brill go back for that one. And that puck is on its way out of the zone. Another face-off coming. Trying to survive any more onslaughts here are the Blue Lions, and maybe adding a goal or two to their board. They're trying to work their way out. The puck kind of just bounces and it'll fall right to the... Oh! Zima got really close there. It's Strunk. Strunk trying to leave it for Jimmy Baker. Baker takes it on in. Oh! Nearly a goal. Shot coming in. Nice save by Leo Johnson. And you see a very early offensive push here from the Blue Lions. That was something that we haven't seen all game. Try to set up. Nice save by Leo Johnson. Gloves that one down. Face-off won by the Huskies. Shot coming in. Nice save by Leo Johnson on that one. It's the Blue Lions trying to break out here and go down ice. Jimmy Baker waits on the outside. Interesting play by him. It leaves one man off defense. Oh, and that's going to spring a break here. Trying to knock the man off. It's Kyler Lentz. Lentz! Oh, he turns it. Lentz tries again. And pucks all around, but they're definitely going to call something there. Lentz was absolutely slashed. Lentz was absolutely slashed on that play. Robbed there from the goalie. So another power play upcoming. And despite Kyler Lentz's frustrations, nothing to feel frustrated about there, buddy. You drew a penalty. That one's going to the rafters and way out there. Unfortunately, no souvenir for me. No souvenir for me tonight. That puck gets cleared on out. Back goes Strunk. It's Leo Johnson's puck. Sent to Kepley. Kepley goes cross. Baker set it off the foot there. That was deceptive. Of course, so far the man stopping the Bloomsburg stopping the Penn State Berks offense here tonight, Tyler Keys, who came in halfway through the season to get Owen Finessi out of net and back onto the four. Entering the offensive zone now are the Huskies. Shot. Bloomsburg's going to have to get very staunch on defense. No need to. That puck was self-cleared. And once again, it's Kyler Lentz in pursuit. Kyler Lentz trying to set up for Jimmy Baker. No dice. Jimmy Baker takes a shot. Goes a little bit too high on that one. Strunk goes in. Lentz able to knock him off, trying to center for Kepley. And if Kepley got a goal there, that would have been amazing for him. Jim Brill, shot coming in, left it through the air, just takes a deflection on the way there. Not able to quite keep that one in. And they net the one back there. Another amazing goal to put on their tally marker. With 24 seconds left in the penalty kill, they score a shorthanded marker. Bloomsburg trying to go opposite direction. They get knocked off the puck. That one goes wide of the net. It'll be Zima and a penalty upcoming. A power play for the Huskies and a big kill up and coming here for the Blue Lions. Adding to the mounting frustrations currently faced by this Blue Lions team here. But as a reminder, they have scored a shorthanded goal. A couple, actually, this season. So nothing is out of the books as that puck's going to sail to the glass. Kept in, though, by the Huskies, trying to cycle along here. It's like Zach Getz on the way through for the Huskies, if I remember that number correctly. And Brill is in the box, I should say. I should mention that Brill is in the box currently. That puck cleared on down, and that should kill a couple of seconds. They send Zima in pursuit. Zima just going to try to hound the man a little bit, trying to make an entry. Went a little bit too wide on the shot, and Leo Johnson doesn't have to worry about that one. Shot coming in, though, and Leo Johnson worries about that one right there. He makes a save, though. Kept on to the boards. Boards play going on for the Huskies. They try to cycle this puck, intercepted by the Blue Lions there, and they're going to get a free play at clearance potentially. Shot blocked along the way and off the boards and just kind of bank it on its way out. Might as well, right? Fire drill in the zone right now. Zach Getz on his way back for the Huskies, for the names I can recognize, I'd like to say. He takes a shot. Nice save by Leo Johnson. I think he fell right on top of that one. He's going to freeze that one up for a stoppage of play. Got to admire a man who can stretch himself out like that. Not a whole lot of boys can. With 24 seconds left to kill here, the Blue Lions have done a very good job so far here. Can they complete the kill? It would go a long way to making this game just a little bit better feeling. Shot coming in. Nice save by Leo Johnson. Gets a saucer. Sometimes those are tricky to handle. Tyler Keys hasn't seen much action. He'll take himself a little bit of a lap there. Down ice. Face-off up and coming. Shot. That goes off Leo Johnson. Leo Johnson is for sure warmed up and stretched out. He's got to make save after save here tonight. And that puck is cleared all the way down. I think it's actually going to go on net. Making life really hard there for number 7 to make it clear. As they try to evacuate the zone. And no, it's Jimmy Baker there. And cleared on out. It'll be Brill. Brill to collect. Brill for the Blue Lions. Chips it. Batted down. That one's collected. Sent up ice. And a slow saucer to the net. I don't even know what they were going for on that one. That was absolutely confusing to me as to what the heck the Huskies were going for. But the Blue Lions now with the chance to potentially break out if they can get that puck off the wall. Shot. And another cash in for the Huskies. Face-off won by the Huskies, although looks like they've been hemmed. They're trying to hem in, actually, the Blue Lions. I'm sorry. Trying to take a shot. Nice save by Leo Johnson. Looks like he hit some traffic. The score now is 8-0. I don't even want to say the score anymore. Shot coming in. Nice save by Johnson. Johnson makes another save. Out and loose. Trying to center for something. No. Rolls its way out. Too heavy of a tap on that one, number 10. Trying to drive the net. We're going to knock him off the puck there, the Blue Lions. And they do just that. That's going to spring a little bit of a break here. Who else but Lentz? Shot. Goes wide. Or sorry, that's Brill. Excuse me. Sent on along. To the stick of. Kept in. That shot. Deflected up high. Shot by Kepley. Nice save. That one goes around the boards, attempting to retrieve the Huskies are. And that one's cleared on out. Icing call will bring this back down ice. The action will remain in front of Tyler Keys. Tyler Keys, as a reminder, folks, for home, only came in and subbed in for Bloomsburg's Owen Finessi last year, midway through the season by that point. The opposite wearing his number is also a goalie, Kepley. Would Kepley love to get a goal against this guy? It will be Jimmy Baker, who shoots it right on in. That puck is loose, and nice trying to slot it home. Trying to work it around the boards there is Lentz. Lentz sends it on through. No dice along the way. Lentz. And that puck's knocked out to center. Not able to quite get it past the offensive zone. And now able to cause a break and a whiff on that. Slows down the breakout. Trying to enter the offensive zone there. Shot. Nice save by Leo Johnson.
Coast to coast. Let me see one. Yeah. Let me see those movements for you. You're warming up the ice with I didn't even know it moved like that.
Face-off won by the Blue Lions. The Blue Lions now trying to escape the zone there. That puck is going to soar all the way down. No icing, though. Probably cleared about 177 feet there. My God. That one chipped along. It falls to the stick of Zach Getz. Getz tries to move it in for the Huskies. No dice. Ref's arm comes up. We'll have a penalty upcoming. Someone being sent to the box here. Didn't quite have a good angle on it, but it looks like it'll be Zach Getz going. As a little tidbit, Zach Getz is no stranger to going to the penalty box every here, now, and there, and then. A perfect time for the Blue Lions to maybe test Tyler Keys a little here and slip one past him. There's the man I've been waiting for all day. How's it going? Anyways, Tyler Keys, who at this point has been perfect, might finally be able to make his match here. Bloomsburg has been... obviously, has built all the momentum throughout this game, but the Blue Lions have had a little bit of momentum here and there as they've been building it along their power plays. Now, Lentz will, of course, be on this unit, sent to center. He'll have Jimmy Baker to support him. And looks like there's some sorting issues on the lines right now. It's actually a timeout called. Yes, a timeout, looks like, for the Blue Lions was called.
120.
And you see below Tyler Keys and a couple of his crew for the Huskies are waiting, as in the background we have the Blue Lions bench talk going on. And rightfully so, at this point in the game, they want to capitalize on a power play here and slot one past Tyler Keys. Keys hasn't been tested too much here tonight. I don't have the official shot count, unfortunately. Not like my usual. I will say I do miss Mr. Pilple in these games. Oh my God, it's Reese Wilson. What do you know? A great goal-scoring defenseman hops in the chat here for the Golden Wolves. Just kind of picking up on whoever's hopping in here. So glad everyone could join us for the 5 o'clock hour here. The game, not exactly what I was hoping for as far as results, but a power play upcoming here. Zach Getz is sitting for 2 minutes, and the Blue Lions will get a chance to test Tyler Keys here. And they've been building on a couple power plays here today. If they can put one past him, it'll make this deficit sting a little bit less. For those of you just joining us, the current score is 8-0 Huskies. And the timeout's up. The Blue Lions have gotten their bench meeting done. They have their power play plan in action. And the refs call them back. At center, Strunk. Strunk for the Blue Lions, wins the faceoff. Oh, and a whiff on the shot there. That could have been dangerous. Trying to cross it over for Lentz. Lentz, shot coming in. Out in front, took a couple of bounces there. That could have been dangerous. And all over that puck was Jimmy Baker. Jimmy Baker, as that puck goes out, Jimmy Baker had a 5-goal night last night. That was over in York playing Gettysburg. And we're going to change the direction of the face-off here on the other side of this ice. 8 seconds gone by on the power play. We got 10:20 left here to play in the second period. And the faceoff is won by Strunk there. Strunk is able to get a hold of that puck. He's going to have to chip it back to Lentz. Lentz quickly sent along. Brill had to get a hold of it. No matter. It'll be Jimmy Baker on the way back. Jimmy Baker looking for goal 6 of the weekend. Shot! Pulled out of the air by Tyler Keith. And you hear down below me the fan club going wild on that one. My Lord.
Look at the reflexes on that.
They're giving me a run for my money as the loudest crew.
That's hot. Reflexes.
Face-off won there by the Huskies, but not able to clear the puck there. The expert skills of Brill nearly able to keep it in, just not able to do so on that try. That's, I believe, Zima. No, sorry, that is Lentz. Shot coming in. Nice saves by Leo Johnson. The man can move. We're all talking about, of course, the upcoming weekend. You know, it's funny. I was talking about this, and it's been a little bit since we've had 3 Berks County teams going to the DBCHC's East Coast Showdown as far as DBCHC teams go. Kutztown's Division 3. The Penn State Berks group's going. They have a game 2.5 hours before ours, funny enough. And then we play Columbia, of course. So 3 teams going this time. 57 seconds left for the Blue Lions on this power play. And taking along here. This could be dangerous. Nice stick gliding shot by Baker. Trying for the rebound. No. Strunk unable to get to the puck. It's shipped along to Baker. Baker looks to change the angle of attack. He was trying to get Keys to commit. Keys wouldn't commit and able to make the save, and they have to clear out now. That'll go back to Leo Johnson. If you ever get to meet Leo Johnson, really chill guy. Love the dude. That one's brought in legally by Jimmy Baker. Once again, Jimmy Baker looking for goal 6 of the weekend or another point to add to his massive amount. That puck's just going to get chipped on in with 3 seconds left on the power play. You figure nothing's going to come offensively of it. That one sent around the boards to the back. Trying to enter the offensive zone are the Huskies. They're in, trying to go from behind the net. Bloomsburg trying to change the goal of attack here. Around the boards, it's the Huskies. Shot, nice save by Leo Johnson. I believe it's Trent Winters to go back and get it. Not to be confused with Alvernia's Vaughn Winter, who wears number 7 as well, and also has the last name Winter, not Winters. A hilarious joke I like to make every time I come here. Brill's going to leave it behind. Change the angle of attack here for his team. That one's brought on in. Trying to deke the goalie. Leo Johnson stands tall. Shot coming in. And Johnson's going to glove that one down and make the save.
Yeah. He's up like Ford over there. Come on, Keys. Go out there, Keys. Go let someone out. Bring the ball. 3 big boom.
Face off for the Blue Lions here in their own zone. They win it there for a second. It's Getz to take a shot for the Huskies. Out in front. Action all around Leo Johnson. Leo Johnson stood tall, though. And that puck's going to get cleared all the way down. Shouldn't be any icing here. A little bit too slow for that action. With 7 minutes left here in the second period. That puck works down. The Huskies trying to drive the net here again. Leo Johnson able to hug the post there. As the Blue Lions try to get around. The Blue Lions attempting to go down ice. Oh, what a goal! What a goal, Jimmy Baker! Number six this weekend! Take a victory lap, buddy! At long last, I got to call a goal. I've been waiting way too long. Oh. Face-off upcoming, and the score now stands at 8-1. The shots coming in here to Leo Johnson, and you figure that first goal for the for the Blue Lions. I got all my Wolves fans in the chat. I'm calling them Wolves now, but no, the Blue Lions can certainly get something going here. This is the problem with two different teams I'm doing here, but looking for a second goal now are the Blue Lions, and whoa, what a miss there. You figure not too much of an offensive push here. It's going to kind of let it glide back. It'll be Crawford to go back and try to retrieve, and the Blue Lions had it for a second, trying to advance down ice now. The Bloomsburg Huskies in the offensive zone. Shot, Leo Johnson. Nice save. He had a good read there. Trying to backhand that one into the net. No dice. And advancing on their way down ice now are the Blue Lions. The puck gets caught in traffic there. A little bit too hard on the pass. And blew the Jets there. Leo Johnson had a little bit of trouble on that. He makes another good save, though. Leo Johnson has been up to the task ever since Penn State's kind of gotten their act together on stopping those breakaways. And they had too many of them in the first period, in my opinion. Lentz got outside for Jimmy Baker to make the break-in. He's inside the offensive zone. Jimmy Baker shot! That one's tipped up high. Remember, Jimmy Baker already has one here today. He's looking for his 7th of the weekend, potentially. Back goes Zach Getz down the other way for the Huskies. He'll be leading the charge. Trying to drive the net. Would like to say hi to Hinkle while I have the chance. It's Jimmy Baker. Baker goes across. Oh! Kepley almost got his goal on his own number there. Kepley on his opposite there, Keys. And that would have been something for the ages. We would have had a goalie scoring on a goalie. He's just not in net here tonight, unfortunately. Of course, Leo Johnson, the start string for this group. Kepley filling in the role as an extra forward for the time being. And trying to draw back these lines. Crawford tried to take a shot on in. It got blocked. All chaos around the net now for Keys. Keys got back quick. Baker tried to shift it. And a nice shot by him. Trying to take it on out now. And quick collection by the Blue Lions. It's Zima. Zima had to leave it behind for Crawford. Crawford. I like Crawford's socks. Reminds me of nice save by Leo Johnson, but the 74-75 Washington Capitals original hats. Those were something special. So we make a hockey reference here to the NHL. The Huskies trying to cycle around the zone here. From behind the net, trying for an operation. And the Blue Lions back in possession. This is going to be good for them. Trying to find Crawford along the way. Can't do it, so he has to clear. Crawford will work with Baker, Zima, Kepley, and we assume what would be Lentz. But I could also see Strunk, and it is Strunk working right now. So the man off now is Lentz for the time being on the unit. And that puck stays on in on a couple deflections. Jimmy Baker to receive. Jimmy Baker takes it in slow. Jimmy Baker treated like a shootout. Baker has to turn on a dime. He gets it quick. Baker working to the inside zone. Has to keep it to Crawford. Crawford. Shot coming in. Leo Johnson, nice save. Didn't have to face much there. He took the shot a little bit too far out. Didn't try to really drive the puck this time. A normal feat for them. In comes Kyler Lentz. Lentz! Oh, what a shot by Lentz! Shot again. Back to collect is Kepley. And found the waiting arms of number 10 for the Huskies. Leo Johnson wanted to go out to play. He's got a 3-on-1 coming. And he makes the save. I believe that's Zach Getz trying to work his way around. Intercepted by the Blue Lions, the Huskies have been. And through the legs trying to work that puck. Trying not to go off sides there. Draws the offsides anyways. And that's not the worst thing. You can win the face-off on the next play. Apologize if we're lagging a little bit here. I wouldn't be shocked by the development of that, but face-off upcoming. A minute 45 left here. We'll do our patented puck in the half in 13 seconds. As that puck rolls all the way around the boards, it's going to clear itself. Icing call. A puck and a half left to go exactly. It's a sign. There's another goal coming. I don't think I've ever gotten a call a puck and a half left exact without it ticking. The upcoming face-off. Leo Johnson made a good save there. He's able to glove that one down. As a reminder, Leo Johnson will be able to join us down here for the third period. We'll get to see more of his acrobatics in style. Bloomsburg gets robbed of the puck. I mean, if I'm Leo Johnson, I gotta be feeling pretty good about that one. I just took the puck from somebody's stick. That's Aaron's. And in that case, Icarus drew too close to the sun. Well, I'm glad there's no lag on the other end because something I'm always worried about, I'm not going to lie. Anyways, Jimmy Baker tried to get a hold of that puck. Instead, it'll be Tyler Keys. Keys has to play it around. Keys, though, nearly found Zima accidentally. I don't think that was the intention. It's a 2-on-0. And pop that one top shelf. With 57.7 left, it's 9-1. At center, the Blue Lions advancing down ice. Shot goes high and wide. It's Jimmy Baker. He already has one goal here tonight. I unfortunately don't have a shot count with me, and if I could keep count of shots, I most certainly would try. Shot. That one goes off the post. Looks like maybe a little bit too high and wide. From this angle, I can't really tell. You know, they stole the crane from me. I don't know what happened today, but we're making do. That puck glides on out. And Leo Johnson able to freeze that one up. That is where Grandma keeps her cookies. Logan, any thoughts on the song? Face off there. Still under contention practically. They're along the boards, although looks like the Blue Lions got the brunt of it as time expires. And we will get a cut of ice here and then another round of 20 minutes to come here. You know, it's funny, you talk about the shot count, obviously. I would presume we're approaching now 50, 60 shots that Leo Johnson's probably had to face here with the current score standing. And I'm assuming on the other hand, we're probably looking at something close to 17 to 20 shots. Now, the last game that I did call for this team, the final shot count stood at 71-23, I believe, was the final. Have to go back. It might have been in the late 60s, but it was close to that number. I think this one's about the same. Just this time a couple more goals went in. We will rejoin you in that 15-minute time period after they're done cutting this ice and all. We are back in about, I don't know actually how long. The clock still reads 2.5 minutes, but I don't think that's true. We're about an hour in the stream. Jimmy Baker had quite the goal. You know, at long last, I finally got to call a goal this game, which waited more than 40 minutes. Sorry about the ladder, folks. You know, they have it off to the side. I'm like, there's no way for you to get up when it's on the side. So I know it's... We suspect Kyler Lentz will go to center. He'll be backed up, of course, by Strunk, and we are off, but the only positive that second period for the Blue Lions, the Jimmy Baker goal, which I would like to correct is actually his 5th of the weekend. He only had 4 in Gettysburg. Was trying to jump there. Shot coming in. That one goes a little bit high and wide. And Blue Lions are trying to jump ahead of this one and maybe get another goal. Unfortunately, we'll only have Leo Johnson action on this side close up from here on out. As they drive the net and they pop the angle for double digits.
George is getting hot.
And of course, the biggest struggle for Leo Johnson this game has been the breakaways, but then on top of that also, when he's had those breakaways, having to decide what angle to cover, and that's a tough decision all on its own. Either way, that'll bring Brill back to collect. Brill with options to send the puck up ice. Instead, Strunk will have to be the one-man defender for Leo Johnson. Strunk does just that, trying to shoot it across the net. No dice for the Bloomsburg Huskies, and it goes out for Zima. Zima across to Lentz. A little bit too hard on the pass. Bloomsburg trying to go back the other way. They aren't going to put the arm up. It's a little bit less than malicious on that one. Sorry, the arm does go up, excuse me. And Brill knows it happened. He's not too angry about the call. Which, of course, is the right mentality to kind of have here. You'll see number 28 in the back, your goal scorer for the Blue Lions here today, Jimmy Baker. That's his 5th of the weekend, excuse me, not his 6th. I'd like to make that correction from earlier. And that puck gets sent all the way down. And icing won't be the call, a little bit too slow on that one. Thought it might have had enough pace for it.
That's the best thing you do all day,
trying to operate back the other way. The Huskies get stalled at the line by Jimmy Baker. Jimmy Baker in the way of several pucks there and absolutely sensational about it. And that puck's going to get cleared out. Zima, a chance to outskate his opponent there, gets a little bit too far ahead of it all. But Zima giving him a run for his money, my lord. Trying to jockey him off the puck there at the end. Punching above his weight class on that one. Put the midweights with the heavyweights on that weight class bash, and yeah. Oh, and we nearly had a chance there by Strunk. A couple of sticks came in the way, but a chance nonetheless. And giving Leo Johnson the much-needed rest. He's seen nothing but straight action for most of this game. A deserved rest for himself here for potentially a couple of minutes as Bloomsburg tries to spring another odd man rush. No dice coming. Oh, what a miss! What a whiff! Leo Johnson escapes that one. Can he escape the next one? Yes, he can! It's another wide shot. Zima couldn't quite get to it, so it's Bloomsburg's puck to continue with. Leo Johnson hugging that post tight. He knows he doesn't want another angle given up. Trying to keep Bloomsburg to the outside of play here with 10 seconds left. Crossing over. Trying to draw the outside. Going out to in on this one. It's Kepley guarding Leo Johnson. Jimmy Baker, and that one shot wide around. The power play for the Huskies is now done. A good kill there for the Blue Lions as Zima gets that one all the way down. It's Brill in stride with Baker to try to go and get that puck as they fall out of my peripheral vision, unfortunately. Nice stop by Lentz. Kyler Lentz, though, not able to retrieve the puck on that. It goes right back the other way. Collected, though, quickly by Strunk, and Strunk sends it all the way down. This should be an icing call. We're no longer on the power play kill here for the Blue Lions. Face-off coming in this zone after the icing.
Stop driving, Jimmy! Stop driving, Jim! Jim, stop driving, bud!
As Lentz gets to center. Lentz able to win that one to his line mate there. I believe that would be Zima. I'm sorry, it's Jimmy Baker, excuse me. Zima's on the outside, trying to get the shot on its way in. Goes through the legs. Shot across and hopping over that one. Bloomsburg changing the angle. Nice save by Leo Johnson. Has to quickly get over there. Not too quick, though, as Bloomsburg lost that puck on the way out. Shot coming in. It goes wide. Looks like it was just kind of a failed shot attempt. Shot coming in, and another save by Leo Johnson. That's exactly what the doctor ordered on that one. Baker sends that one on. Finds his way to Lentz. Lentz, with room to operate, sends it on around, was looking for himself technically. I don't even know how you got to that. It doesn't matter. Leo Johnson's there. What a play by Leo Johnson to get out of the net and quickly play that one away. Number 27 all night. And an offsides touch-up, it looks like. Face-off upcoming. And this time to center, they'll send Strunk. Strunk lets it roll on back for the Blue Lions. Trying to enter the zone is a Husky. And no, the shot goes wide, and as you hear by the reactions below, that shot was no good. Leo Johnson able to get the rebounds. Try, and things remain as they stood before, 10-1.
Holy shit, you guys complain a lot. Come on, Green. One time.
Strunk to center. Strunk couldn't win that one. Center shot. Nice save by Johnson to get it out to the side area. On the outside net area, no dice. Trying to go out front. Oh, and a couple of blocks there is going to sprint Strunk. Strunk has room to operate. Goes down ice. Might have to work this one a little bit further if he wants it all to work out. Shot by Brill. Tipped wide. It was Kepley waiting. They try to work out. Hemmed in, though, currently by the Blue Lions, who are doing a good job at keeping that puck in for the time being. It is out now, though. Brill has to face a 2-on-1. Brill shot goes wide. They didn't need Brill for that one. He shot it himself. I don't know why. Either way, Zima somehow was able to get it to Strunk there after losing it. That's impressive, to say the least. Shot coming on in, and Keys makes the save. Has to swallow that puck whole. That's how goalies like their pucks for breakfast, though, so why not? As we are falling just south now of 6.5 minutes through, 13.5 left to go. The Blue Lions down by 9, but they have their goal of the day. As a reminder, Jimmy Baker has his 5th of the weekend. Hopefully looking for more. The Huskies driving down ice on through. Trying to get a shot. No dice there. Leo Johnson was not fooled. Face off one there. It'll be Blue Lions possession. They're going to try to clear it out. No dice. Jimmy Baker trying to turn it. Baker around the net. Oh, Jimmy Baker was away from defensive duties there. Leo Johnson able to fall on top of that one, though, just in time to grab it up.
Talk it over. Talk it over.
We'll talk about the stat there. He currently is listed actually with the 9 GAA for all of his efforts. And in the 4 or 5 games that Leo Johnson has played, he's faced somewhere now close to 170 shots, I think, or something weird like that. Offsides call. They'll bring this face off to the outside zone. All things considered, for one line that plays with 2 subs, these gentlemen will average probably somewhere 40, 50 minutes in this game. The main staples, of course, being Kyler Lentz, Jimmy Baker, and obviously Leo Carlson will serve all 60 to some degree, with the exception, of course, of if he gets called off for upcoming penalties, as he makes another great save there. He got out front again, pulls that one out of the air, it falls, but he grabs it up. Leo Johnson, another great save. Jimmy Baker assumes position. So does Lentz take center. Brill to chase with the help of Zima. Shot out front. Nice pull in there, though.
Jimmy, how tall are you? Like 5'4"?
Well, I'll tell you this much. They're playing with one goalie and 7 skaters tonight. That would normally be 8. So their minutes are higher compared to the norm for DBCHC, which is still impressive. They're able to do what they've done so far with this. We just talked about this program. They put up multi-goal games against teams that have larger rosters in them. And a hit on Lentz there to knock him out the puck there. Lentz took it like a champ, though. And Strunk has no problem getting rid of that one. Just kind of floats right to his stick. It's Brill now to Kepley. Around the boards, looking for the man, the myth, the legend, Jimmy Baker, who has the sole goal of tonight so far for the Blue Lions. As we fall just south of 11 minutes left to play here, 10:50. Puck along the boards, it's stuck. It's outside the zone, shot on in. The Blue Lions have to wait till the Huskies touch up. Then they can go chasing. The Huskies trying to enter the zone. A little bit more sluggish recently. And you can kind of tell both these teams' lines are getting tired. Neither team has a large roster. And that'll be an icing call. And that is what happens when exhaustion hits Aaron plays. Like that one. If the Blue Lions find a little bit of energy, maybe we see a second goal. The Huskies trying to get this one on out. Working with the burst of speed here, trying to find a shot. Leo Johnson with the save. Trying for a rebound and a misread. Shot all the way down on net, my lord. I love those 200-foot shots. Kepley tried his best to keep it in, just couldn't quite do it. It's Zach Getz trying to center out in front. A nice deflection save there for, I think that was Strunk. And Strunk has done a lot of the work here. Trying to take a shot here. Oh, nice save by Leo Johnson to get in the way. Leo Johnson being pressured all out. Oh, another save. What luck. Back it goes. Alon trying to center and work some cycle here. Nice to get in. Nice save by Leo Johnson. He collects and freezes up. A little bit more than 9 minutes to play. 9 minutes, 5 seconds to be exact in this third period. On what is the Huskies senior night, the Blue Lions trying to now get this puck out of the zone and try to find some offense for a second goal. Strunk lost some equipment along the way.
Tyler, what kind of name is that?
Shot coming along. Nice save by Leo Johnson. Some stick handling behind the net, trying to stuff attempt. No dice. Collected along. That one's going to self-clear, essentially. And they're going to force them to the outside for any good play.
Take off.
Leo Johnson with the puck. Kept in the zone. Shot coming in. Nice save by Johnson. And that one gets moved out to neutral ice. Trying to evacuate the zone. Chipped along. Goes off the pads. It's Lentz trying to collect there. Zima, shot coming in, took a block. Aaron's shot, that's going to spring a one-on-one. And a save by Leo Johnson.
Come on, Green! Oh, Jamie, why did they put you back on? Let's go, Reed. Come on, Reed!
That puck sails behind the net. It's going to be let on out there thanks to the efforts, or tried to by the efforts of Brill, I should say. Strunk to try to get a hold of it. Hopefully we will see, next game I commentate for this team, we will see them in their real jerseys. They're in their practice jerseys right now. I've seen their real jersey, and they are really cool. Shameless plug, would love myself an Alvernia jersey for the club team. That shot comes in across. Oh, that one goes off the pads there. Nice save by Leo Johnson. A name we've called all too much this game. More than the average goalie should be called for making saves, but he's done it very well. Zima tried to tapped up just outside of the zone halfway point there in the neutral ice, and that'll be an icing, so we'll come back the other way. Someday. Possibly at the end of the game. Jimmy Baker lifts that one out. That's going to go 200 feet down ice. Ref's arm is up. Looks like a little bit slow for icing, though. Not my favorite assessment, but the refs understand the rules a little bit better than I do. And battle for that puck to get loose. Oh, nice shot coming in. That was necessary. Leo Carlson able to hug the post so in time. Trying to knock it loose for Zima, and it's on its way out. No icing as that puck was collected by Bloomsburg beforehand. 5:52 left to go here. Score stands 10-1. Lentz comes on through. Lentz loses the puck along the way. It's Jimmy Baker to send it back on in. Oh, that one went across. Trying to cross again. It's Strunk. Strunk chips it on through. And may quickly try to work this puck on out. Kept in, though, by the Blue Lions. The Blue Lions operate from behind that. Oh! Out front had a shot. No dice. Brill almost had it offsides there, but just close enough. And now the Bloomsburg Huskies try to work their way out. 4-on-2. Doubling up. No shot. It's wide and high. Oh, Leo Johnson played dead. And never mind, they call the goal. They call the goal. I thought they blew the play dead, but they call the goal on that one. And there's the Zach Getz line. And I have no clue what the heck is going on down below me. What is going on? as Getz is going to go to the box. I can't imagine for what, because it would have had to happen after the play. I didn't catch it either. It would have happened. It probably happened after the play, right? But I'm sitting here with you. I'm like, they got the goal, so I'm going to assume some unsportsmanlike call coming on that one. I'm going to assume that there is an unsportsmanlike. That's the only possible call that they would probably have after that play. I missed the action of that one. We stand at 11-1. Back the other way for Tyler Keys. Keys. I will give a shout out to Victoria winner. I'll actually see Vaughn tomorrow. That should be fun. Leo Johnson plays that puck. Whoa! Kepley blew out the Jets there for a second. Happens every now and then. Brill leaves it for himself. After knocking it loose, he's going to chip that one along. Goes to the outside zone. Trying to work back in after all his mates evacuate the zone. Tried for the shot. No! Leo Johnson on top of that one. And I'd love to know the shot count because, my lord, Leo Johnson has faced an insurmountable amount of these tonight. Believe it or not, his save percent isn't, I think it's 800, which is shocking considering all the goals that he's faced, but it just shows to the amount of shots that he has to face in a game. Strunk. Back the other way. Strunk takes a shot. Goes wide of the net. Oh, whiffed on its way towards the cage there. I believe that was tripping call upcoming. Sorry. Not quite sure. Yeah, tripped. Yeah, not sure. That one is a little bit. I'll take it as someone who's here for Penn State Berks, but I could see a little bit of a baselessness out of it. There wasn't too much of a hook with the stick there to cause him a trip. And of course, terms now, great. Brill with the puck. And they're now 5-on-3. A way that they hopefully should be able to capitalize on a second goal. They're 5-on-3 in Kutztown. They didn't have a 5-on-3. They were the man with 3, and they had a shorthanded goal. Shot! Oh! Keys got over just in time. Lentz was waiting. Maybe a little bit of a faster shot would have gotten there. Keys lost the puck there for a second. Either way, it's sent on out with just under 3 minutes left here. Strunk on his way back. Both these teams probably extremely exhausted at this point. Shot coming in. It went wide. Lentz to try to receive the puck. And out of play for our upcoming face-off. The refs will allow some changes. None will come. We'll stick with the lines that we currently have deployed here. Kept in by Lentz. Trying to drive the net now is Strunk. Strunk shot. Saved by Keys. From around the net, looking for Lentz now. Lentz trying to change the angle of attack here. Brill will have to go back to the outside and get the puck. Brill waits. He has time to work. It's a 5-on-4 though now. Lentz takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Brill goes to get it. Tries to send it back in and keep it on the inside zone. He does. And it's kept in there for him again. I don't even know how. That's some amazing acrobatics. I believe that's Kepley. Set it for Lentz. Trying to go over. Couldn't find the man. Strunk along the side to get it. He'll work from the boards. He works from along the right side. Changes the angle of attack to behind the net, trying to cross out in front for something. Shot coming in. Keys came out to make a save. Out springs the 2-on-1. Leo Johnson stands tall again. And that puck's going to clear itself, essentially. That'll leave Jimmy Baker to go. He tries to link up with Zima. Zima loses the puck along the way. Gets caught between two people. 1:15 left to go here. Time counting down. You figure victory probably out of reach for the Blue Lions, but maybe another goal here before action is said and done with a minute left to go.
Oh, Jimmy, come on. Don't trip over yourself.
And a nice save there by Leo Johnson. Sorry, I didn't move the camera to the right angle. Excuse me. But Leo Johnson did have a good save there.
Jimmy.
Shot. Nice save by Leo Johnson. 37.5 to go.
Yourself, Jimmy.
I'd like to thank everybody for joining me here at the end. With Bloomsburg in possession, working from behind the net with 28 seconds. And it'll be, I believe, Zima to get it. It is only temporary. Shot that goes off the pads there to the outside. Trying to change the angle of attack. Nailed along the boards there, just doesn't lose the puck. 9 seconds left, shot coming in. Nice save by Leo Johnson. 6 left on the board. Will they add any time? I presume not. We'll see. I think it's just to get changes, and they're going to call a penalty on Strunk before it's all over. They'll leave the 6 seconds up, and rightfully so. There's no need to add time. Won't change much of anything at this point. Jimmy Baker will have the sole goal. Leo Johnson will have a night where, despite 11 goals going past him, he stood pretty tall in net at key moments and should be given a giant pat on the back for all of his efforts. This man anchors this team's efforts and does a really good job in doing it. Would like to thank all of you for joining me for the Berks Blue Lions broadcast. And if you join me for the opposition broadcast of the Bloomsburg one, I also like to thank you. If you're an Alvernia folk, thank you as well. Great to see that we're supporting our Blue Lions as well, our very close neighbors, actually. And from wherever you're watching, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And congrats to Jimmy Baker. 5 goals in a weekend. How do you do that?